Your level of light is directly measured by how much darkness you see, how much darkness you can handle. It's not that you're a fake positive sitting over this massive pain in your body. It's that you are shining a light on all that is in your body. I've had some crazy dreams this week. And I notice the more that I meditate, the more that the crazy the dream can be. And the reason is, if you think about when you go to the dentist, right? When you go to the dentist, they take that little pick and then they scrape your teeth, right? When they scrape your teeth, you have all this plaque come up and it's this loose plaque. Okay. Imagine that the dreaming is the rinsing of that plaque. Okay. So imagine meditation is you scraping the plaque up. Do you get what I'm saying? Imagine meditation is you're scraping the gunk that's in your body, right? And then imagine that falling asleep is it goes, okay, rinse that out, process it, and get rid of it. Now, many of us aren't going to the dentist. So when you're rinsing, it's just rinsing whatever. So a lot of times dreaming is just dreaming, but the plaque's still there. The trauma's not seen enough. And you're in a position where, you're just dreaming and it's just kind of doing whatever it needs to do. Now, there's a ton of stuff that is involved in, there's so much stuff in sleep that's happening that's just so much more than just processing. I mean, obviously it's helping your mental state, it's helping your body heal, it relaxes you, it does so many different things. But I believe there's really one aspect of sleep that is almost, it's shutting off your ego so that what needs to be processed can be processed. And the ego hates that. That's why the ego wants to party at night. That's why sometimes when you're about to go to sleep, you can get in your head and your mind does everything it can to stop you from sleeping. It doesn't want to. It's like, no, I'm going to do everything I can to stay alive, because if I'm processed, I could be purged, right? And it does everything it can to keep you awake, because sleep is also a little bit of death to the ego. Now, if you meditate and you listen long enough, it takes you from kind of this surfacey area that you've been living in, and it goes deeper in there. And you listen, and when you meditate, it might just start feeling painful, or you might hit a wall that says, I can't do this. And if you allow yourself to be with the I can't do this energy, and just sit there with it, with no solution. Your egoic solution, your mental on the other side of it, is you're running from that pain. But we need to feel the pain. Because that pain is you shining a light on an area you usually don't shine a light on, and it's used to hiding. And there's trauma there. And what this time is about, 2020, 2021, and beyond, really is God clearing out our traumas. God's taking our traumas and bringing them to light. You've lost your ability to distract from your traumas. And that's a good thing. And I have a lot of people in my life, a lot of friends telling me, like, I can't sleep at night, or when I do, I'm trying to get peace and it's just chaotic. And I'm like, that could be your problem. You're trying to orchestrate peace by running from chaos that's trying to show up in your body. Instead of finding peace to run from chaos, can you be with the peace of the chaos? Can you find the peace in the chaos? There's a lot of pain showing up. Can you find the peace in it right now? Can you feel the I don't know what to do energy in your body? Can you feel the fear that's in your chest? Can you feel the pain that's there, and make peace for it? Can you become the peace for the trauma? And can you do it without knowing what its source is for a minute, unless it wants to show you that? Like, can you just feel like that ache in your chest? That is where there's a lot of pain, but that's also where all the magic is. You know, people ask me, how do I just do these talks? How do I just show up and speak for an hour? How do I do a 6-day event and just talk and know all the stuff that's coming through? And the true answer is, I talk from where it hurts. I talk from that little place that I think a lot of us try to avoid. I actually find a place right here where I can feel like a lump in my body that hurts. Because I know that's where all the magic is too. Because everything else is the avoidance of that depth. But what am I doing? I'm shining a light where it hurts. Can you shine a light on where it hurts? And don't try to change it. Don't try to find a solution. Don't figure out why it's there. Don't make sense out of it. Just feel it. And now I feel that it hurts here. And now I feel a little pain in my stomach. So now I'm also talking from my stomach. Ruben says, how do you shine the light on the pain? By being with it? Shining a light means seeing it. Don't think that there's an egoic, over the top, more job to do. In fact, don't see the word love that way either. Seeing something is loving it. That's it. You don't have to, think of love as a giant verb that you force something on. I really love that person. No. What you're talking about is attachment. Love is seeing something. This is why, for me, meditation is such a big deal, because it starts taking you inside. And God is just speeding up the flashlight in your soul. I was talking to someone this morning who's just awesome. And we were talking this morning about, like, in 1920, imagine that there's all this crap in the room, but the light's out. So the darkness makes you not have to look at any of this. Right. And that's why when you hear like an old couple that's been married 60 years, yeah, but they don't have any emotional connection, right? They don't have, like, there's people that are like, they've been married 60 years, but a lot of times when you talk to them about their feelings, the people that are 90, they can't, right? Do you know what I'm talking about? They might talk a lot. They might talk about what was, or they talk about the things, but there's people that can't talk about their feelings. And you go, oh, what's the secret to being a couple for 60 years? Oh, it's growing up in a time where the consciousness doesn't shine a light bright enough for you to have to deal with your shit on that level. You're just a collection of circumstances, right? And maybe once in a while, someone shines a light on themselves and heals different things, and you get the Byron Katie's of the world and stuff. But overall, the collective light is off. And imagine that starting then, God slowly got this dimmer switch that's going up, and it's been 100 years. And now the room's totally bright and it's chaos in there, but you can see it. 2021, we see, holy shit, this is a messy room. And everyone has to see it. Now, there's many people that want to stay in the dark room, but they can't. So the people who are in denial about what's going on in their life, in the world, are having a hard time right now. And they don't want to admit that the world is what it is. They don't want to admit that what's in their body is true. They don't want to admit that trauma's there, right? So God's shining the light right in front of them. It's pretty obvious now. And they're like, nope. The narrative that I see is the exact truth. Everything that I know and what I was is true, because if I own that this is a lie, then everything in my life was a lie, and I have no idea what my identity is. And there's people that are slowly looking at the truth as God's turning that light up. Oh, so what's going on right now? God's shining a light. And if you can go, holy shit, everything in the world isn't what I thought. It's much darker than I thought. I can see it because I have held the capacity to see that level of darkness, and I will be all that is right here. Remember, I weirdly said this years ago, but I didn't realize how significant it was now. Your level of light is directly measured by how much darkness you see, how much darkness you can handle. It's not that you're a fake positive sitting over this massive pain in your body. It's that you are shining a light on all that is in your body. You're just supposed to be with what is wanting to be seen right this second. If you start to be present with all the darkness that the world is showing you right now, inside and outside, you start to be present with what's going on really. You start to be present with what is going on in Afghanistan. You start to be present with what's going on in the world. I mean, God somehow has the capacity to see that this wouldn't be happening in this world, right? The universe can see that. It can hold space for the darkest times ever. The more that you are staying in your smallness and saying, this isn't the world, the louder and crazier and more addicted you're going to get. As God keeps shining it brighter, this is the world, this is you. So as you hold that space, you might have to cry out that that's the case. Because being in denial of it is you not seeing it and being in reaction to you. So feel the all that isness of the now, because the now sees everything. So we got to not bury what's here right now. And then more information will come up. And all you're supposed to do is love it, which means see it. Right? Just love it. Can you make love mean see? You want to have a loving relationship? See the person. Understand them. See what they're saying. Care to see why they feel that way versus saying, I don't understand you. How about I'm going to try to understand you? I want to understand you. See the person. That's love. It's not, I got to love more. Like it's this thing you bring in. Just see what's here. This is what meditation is. Seeing. Maureen says, what if you don't want to understand them? Then understand the part of you that doesn't want to understand them. Bring to light what hurts in you. Bring to light, see it, love it. What needs to be seen?